Thank you, Global Group of Institutions, Dr. Sumit Banerjee, the Academic Administrator, Mrs. Momita Bhattacharya, faculty members of GGI, dear students and young professionals of this institution, listeners and viewers of this virtual talk, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Sumit Banerjee, I am extremely overwhelmed by the nice words that you have used while introducing me, for the presentation and all that you have spoken about me. I am really very thankful to you and to the Global Group of Institutions for extending this opportunity to me to interact with the students and also the faculty of this esteemed institution. In fact, I am extremely delighted to be with the young students and professionals this afternoon and to address them on a subject which, in the present context of the new normal, has become very significant and very relevant for these young students. Friends, I would address for about 30-35 minutes, since we have a 1-hour session, and then take up questions which have been forwarded to me. I would like to answer in the end, because a lot of responses to these questions would have been given by me during the course of my address. But then, as I had discussed with Dr. Banerjee, we can still have 10-minute window for question answers on the spot, and any student can ask a question, and I would try to field those questions in the given whatever time is left. Friends, I am so well aware of the fact that COVID pandemic has shaken up the self-confidence of the entire tourism fraternity all over the globe. This is also because among all the sectors of the economy, the travel, tourism, aviation, and hospitality have been hit the most. And therefore, no wonder why the question of career prospects of hospitality sector is coming into everyone's mind, and more so in the minds of students who are undergoing the hospitality course, the young professionals who have just passed out and have begun their career in the field, and of course, young boys and girls who have planned to pursue a career in tourism and hospitality. Friends, I have brought the reference of COVID impact because the hospitality, which is a predominant ingredient of travel and tourism, has always been one of the most attractive and promising careers for youngsters, both in terms of growth of the person and in terms of job satisfaction. So in the new normal circumstances, there was earlier circumstance, pre-COVID. In fact, there was never any doubt about the prospects of the hospitality and tourism as a career. I would say that even during the midst of career, I can say with similar confidence that career in hospitality will continue to be brighter and even brighter than what it was before. There is no doubt that hospitality and tourism has got a setback during COVID. But tell me, which sector has not felt the setback? It is just a matter of phase. And let me also mention this point, that what caused the industries, what caused the economy to become slow? COVID created a lockdown. Lockdown created the stoppage of economy. Even with little of COVID left, the lockdown has been lifted. With lifting of lockdown, the economy has also started moving. And once the economy starts moving, everything will be the same as it used to be before COVID. So this calamity has happened because the economy had to close. So the lockdown closed the economy, the unlocking has opened the economy. Everything else remains the same. The assets in the tourism and hospitality sector, they are where they were. The minds of the people remain the same. The wish to travel continues. The economy has to go on. People have to earn money. Governments have to make money to run the countries. And therefore, gradual acceleration of the economy will result in gradual bouncing back of all the sectors, including tourism and hospitality. So friends, when I said that tourism and hospitality has always been, an attraction in terms of career and job and the growth in career for young minds, for youngsters. And I also mentioned that why it will continue to be even in the midst of the COVID and in the post-COVID era. I have identified certain reasons why I feel that career in the hospitality area will continue to be on the rise. Now, firstly, the career scope in the hospitality industry, friends, is quite larger than one can imagine. The scope comprises a large number of businesses that provide services and facilities. In fact, the term hospitality has become accepted over the years as a generic word, which comprises the well-being of services and facilities related to travelers and tourists. And therefore, it is certainly not confined only to the hotels and restaurants. Today, the hospitality services have extended to many different fields and many new areas within the travel and tourism space. In fact, it has gone beyond the travel and tourism space. A hotel management student today can look for job not just in hotels and accommodation sector or in the restaurant space, but in many more areas. For example, I'll give you, to name a few, the catering, the airports, at airports, catering in airlines. Now, lately, India, as you know, has become the fourth largest airport infrastructure in the world. Look at the kind of airports that we have today. State of the art. They're one of the best in the world. And what a huge ecosystem it is. It is like many multi-star, many five-star hotels, located at one location. So this is a very bright area. Cruise ship management. When a cruise ship goes, it is like a moving hotel. The train tourism, where a palace on wheel goes and travels for 7 days during its itinerary, it is all but hospitality. It's like a mobile hotel, a more mobile five-star hotel. I have managed palace on wheels, so I'm telling you my experiences. Kitchen management in corporate and educational institutions. Government and private guest houses. There are plenty of guest houses run by public sector undertakings, and likewise the government sector. We had a lot of government circuit houses all over the country. Circuit houses are very common. In Rajasthan, the cadre to which I belong, we had circuit houses in every district. We have the state tourism corporations in every state. Even West Bengal has West Bengal Tourism Development Corporation. And they have tourism units, they have tourism bungalows all over. They're like mini hotels, the wayside resorts, midways, motels, and they're all doing the hospitality services. You have catering department in railways, you have department in banks, in shipping companies, in armed forces, in navy, forest lodges you have under the forest department, You have conference centers. I remember, in fact, when I was Secretary Tourism, ITDC, you may have heard, which owns Ashok hotel range of hotels. Everywhere in the government today in Delhi, whether it is Hyderabad House, where the foreign delegates, are met, or whether it is the Vigyan Bhavan, where the conferences happen, and for that matter, every big conference building which is established by Government of India in Delhi, it has a catering unit run by ITTC. So that way, I'm not touching the private sector, but the fact is that even private sectors, the MNCs, the multinational corporations, they also have such units. So friends, you have to look beyond a typical 5-star, 4-star, 3-star hotel. You have to go beyond. I will speak on this point a bit later. Another area is the area of medical tourism. The hospital administration, the running of hospitals. Today, I can say with all confidence, and I've seen that hospitals, especially the state-of-the-art hospitals that we have in big metros today, and they're on the rise. They are like, the hospital beds now are like hotel beds, 5-star hotel beds. Because gone are the days when the patients will get food from home. You can still get from home, but they have all the facilities better than what you could provide from home. So, and medical tourism in India, friends, is increasing day by day. We are one of the top 10 destinations in the area of medical tourism, and we are going stronger and stronger every year. So, in fact, I would say that the moment a traveler leaves his home and stays at any other place away from home, he or she would need hospitality services. And that is where your importance is. I would also go further to say that in the new world after COVID or during the COVID, even before COVID, I would say, now a person does not even need to travel out of his home. In today's age of e-commerce and e-food home deliveries, people have started using hospitality services, right, delivered at home. We have seen how Swiggy, how Zomato, and many more in the smaller towns, they have started operating, delivering services. And can you imagine, in Delhi itself, if you see the profile of the restaurants, I mean, people in India 10 years ago, or maybe even 5 years ago, people did not go, not everyone went to restaurant, or not everyone ate the restaurant food. But today, thanks to e-home delivery, thanks to these platforms, every third person, fourth person in Delhi may be having food prepared in a restaurant. And you would see the list, the plethora of restaurants which have come up. And those restaurants are such which may not have any physical presence also. They are not the restaurants where people will go and sit. They are restaurants only to feed, only to prepare the food and deliver. Now, this is something which is happening. That is why I always say that when crises come, they bring new opportunities. And this is one of the new opportunities, friends and dear students, which will be very useful to all of us in the travel and tourism and hospitality sector. And this spectrum of hospitality services, let me tell you, let me assure you, is going to enlarge more and more.